Lord have mercy. All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? This case, so many twists and turning. We are definitely live again. I had to go and give me something to eat and eat me something before we come back because I was excuse me, I was hungry. And we are definitely back. Let me do a screen share and give y'all an update on this tweet right now. A screen share right now because they're officially done with court. This is day 3 of the Tory Lanez trial. And again, even though this is the state of California versus Tory Lanez, in the general public, this is Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez. So in the general public, that's how to the regular folks, that's how they're looking at it. So let me do a screen share really quickly. And let me see, is this okay? So as you see right here, they said we're done for court. We are done for the day at Tory Lanez trial. I don't have much of an update. It was an endless cycle of Kelsey Harris saying she don't remember something, and the prosecutor then reading the transcript of her saying exactly that in a September interview. Never even made it to cross. Court will resume at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Neither the DA office nor the defense have responded to questions on an immunity issue. As you know, Kelsey had got an immunity deal, and this is definitely on social media and all over. And I did do a poll really quickly. I did do a poll on our social media, and I put a poll out. I said, do you think Tory Lanez will walk free? 70% said yes. 70% said yes. Okay. She got an immunity deal. We also have someone backstage that called me, and they had this to say. Talking.
Hi. Okay. So I was trying to get in touch with my sister and I couldn't because she was in court. So she got out of court and I asked her about the immunity. My sister is in court every day. She works directly for a judge. She's in there with the judge. And I asked her, I said, Dee, if you get immunity, you cannot plead the fifth. She said, no. If you are given an immunity deal, there is no such thing as pleading the fifth.
I also want to pause you right there. Okay. Kelsey will resume her testimony tomorrow. It is still the prosecutor that is having her on the stand. So they will resume tomorrow. The cross have not started yet, but on tomorrow they will resume cross. That will happen on tomorrow. So again, this is definitely going on in this trial is definitely going on. And again, she got an immunity deal from the prosecutor. And so right now we have a viewer that's giving her thoughts because she claimed that her sister works for a judge and that they can take away the immunity. Go ahead, talking.
Yes. So she said, once you're given an immunity deal, she said, you're given that for a reason. It's a trade-off. We're saying we're not going to prosecute you, but you're going to tell everything that you know. She said, there's no such thing as, I don't want to tell this, I plead the fifth. She said, that don't exist. The next thing she told me, because I told her how Kelsey came onto the stand and then she said she wanted immunity. My sister said to me, she said, you cannot get an immunity deal in 30 minutes. She said, There's no such thing as that. She said if Kelsey has an immunity deal, this is something that was worked out previous before she came into the courtroom. She says in order for you to get an immunity deal, you have to get authorization to do that. Just a prosecutor can't just say, okay, yeah, I'm going to give you. You have to go through what is called a bureau chief in order for you to get immunity. She said, so that was already in the works. It wasn't something that was impromptu. She said another thing. She said, once you are given an immunity deal, she said, the immunity deal is based off of information that you have given the investigators or the prosecution as to what happened in the situation. She said that's how they determine whether they're going to give you an immunity deal. She said once you show them a piece of the information that you have to offer, they run it past the necessarily people that they need to, you're given the immunity deal. And she said you get on the stand. She said at any point, if you get up on the stand and you go back on any information that you've given them or say you lied about it, she said the immunity deal can be taken from you. Simple as that. Just because you sign a deal, it doesn't mean that it is in stone. She said, because if you do not keep your end of the bargain, or you have found to have lied about information that was given in order for you to receive the immunity deal, they can simply take it away. It does not exist. She said also regarding a hung jury or a mistrial. She said if a hung jury comes, because one person say, well, I can't say that he did this. She said that doesn't mean that the trial is over because you have one holdout, or that doesn't mean that it's a mistrial. She said in Texas it's called the Allen charge. She said the judge brings out, this is what it's called in Texas, the Allen charge. He brings out something called the Allen charge and he reads it to you, and then he reads it to the jurors, and then he tells the juror to go back and see if they can come up with a decision. And she said, there's no set number on how many times a jury, a judge can do that. And then she said a judge can finally make the decision and say that it's a mistrial if
This, but
parties
this
don't
is
agree.
definitely California. I don't believe that you can take once the immunity have been given. I don't believe the prosecutors can take that away. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. So your sister, can she call in?
She probably won't call in.
Okay, because I was under the assumption once you get an immunity charge, you can't take that away.
Well, my sister, like I said, she works for a judge and she said it can be taken away. She said because immunity is based off the information that you have told them that you have. And I told her that Kelsey said that she saw um told the investigators in the prosecution that she saw Tory shoot Megan. She said the immunity is based off the information. She said no one gives you an immunity deal for nothing. You have to give them something. So Kelsey had
Because
to offer them.
because in order to understand, she said, "Can't we will give you immunity? Whatever you testify on, we will not come after you criminally." So they
Right.
can't get her on a perjury charge because she have immunity.
Listen, but if they take the immunity, they can. Because I asked my sister, I said, so Dee Dee, if she signs the immunity agreement and she gets on the stand and she doesn't, you know, hold up her end of the bargain and tell them exactly what she told them, and she goes back on that, then Didi said, she said, well, that's perjury. She said there also can be other charges added to her. She can be prosecuted. She said, because once you get an immunity deal, you've already signed that you are acknowledging that the information that I gave you is true. If you lie to a police officer, that's a crime. If you lie to an investigator, that's a crime. If you lie to a prosecutor, that's a crime. So she's saying that when she signed this immunity agreement, she was signing this agreement saying that everything that I have told you is true and factual.
What I'm saying is, what was the deal? Because my understanding is they said that we will not file any charge against you or whatever you. We will not hold what you testify in the court against you. We will not press any charges. So I don't know how they can take the immunity deal back. I'm not understanding that part.
Okay, listen to this, because maybe I'm not explaining it right. Okay. So Kelsey signs this deal saying that I'm going to say all these things and they are true. As long as Kelsey gets on the stand and says exactly what she said and tells them what she told them behind closed doors, they cannot prosecute her. They cannot. If you go through with your immunity agreement and you do what you agreed to do with the prosecution, then no, you cannot be prosecuted for that. But if you get on that stand and you do not do what you told them you were going to say to them, and you come up with something different, and then you say to them, okay, let me give you an example. Like, say I was involved in a shooting with someone, okay, and I shot someone, but it was self-defense, okay, but I'm afraid that
She had a lawyer, so I don't think a lawyer will tell her to take a deal because obviously she told her lawyer what she was going to do. I don't think that she breached the agreement. I think that they gave her an immunity on and not to go out there criminally. So I will have to see the deal. Do we know any details of that deal?
well, it does make a difference on what type of deal it is and what was stated in the agreement. But I'm going to say this too. It's clear to me that Kelsey is not really um knowledgeable about what she's doing,
She had a lawyer.
because if
So obviously the
I
lawyer
know, but she's,
definitely.
yeah, but maybe he didn't totally explain everything to Kelsey. The reason I'm saying that is, think about it like this. Kelsey came on the stand, she has an immunity deal, and she said she played the fifth. Okay, she plead the fifth. Okay, common sense tells you, if you have an immunity deal, immunity means that you're not going to be prosecuted. There's no reason for Kelsey to plead the fifth if she has an immunity deal. That's why the judge told her, you need to talk to your lawyer. When she came back in, she asked the judge again, do I have to answer this question? And the judge told her yes, she has to answer the question because she has an immunity deal.
All
So
right, and
it's clear to me that Kelsey doesn't understand.
we're showing on the screen of Kelsey leaving the courthouse, as you all can see, that she's leaving the courthouse with her bodyguards and with her attorney. The guy with the briefcase is her attorney. As we all see that she is definitely leaving the courtroom right now with her attorney. As you all can see, that is her leaving right now. As you can say, that she will resume being questioned by the prosecutors on tomorrow, and they will definitely give their thoughts. Again, we reached out to an attorney, so we trying to get word. Can the prosecutors take away that deal that they made? And let's be clear, and let's be 100% real. Whether the prosecutors take it back or not, this hurt the prosecutor's case because their star witness literally did had so many inconsistencies and definitely came out and recanted her story.
That's correct. She did. She threw a monkey wrench in their case with this, saying she lied. And my sister also said that the judge can also they can also treat.
I want to say also knowing a total immunity transactional immunity provides a shield against any future charges based on any matter related to the testimony. The prosecutor still can bring charges against the witness for matters that are unrelated to the testimony. But again, as of right now, whether Chelsea be charged or not, Chelsea's not on trial. It's
Right, she's
Tory.
not. But
And
while
so,
you testifying, you can incriminate yourself.
yeah, I understand that part. But this is all about Tory because, Kelsey, I'm sorry, will be forgotten about. She's not a celebrity.
Right.
This is helping, Tory Lanez, unfortunately. This help his case. because
I just
she came out and said, "Hey, what I said to you prosecutors in September that Tory offered me money and threatened to hit me, and that he shot Megan Thee Stallion 3 to 5 times was all a lie. I lied." So that, of course, that helps the prosecutors.
right, because they built their case off of that information. So yes, that does hurt them. They built their case. Their case may be totally based on what she
So
told
what?
them in September.
So whether Kelsey get the immunity deal taken away or not, she's not on trial right now.
No,
This is
she's not on
court.
trial. Nobody's saying
And
she's on
see,
trial.
so this is going to help, Tory Lanez case. Unfortunately, and it's really going to make, Megan look like a liar, because not only did your former friend, came out and said this didn't happen, this in regard is making people say, you see, I told you that Megan was a liar.
Well, I kind of disagree with that, because it's kind of sketchy when it comes to the $1 million that she said she was offered. So did she say that part was a lie too?
She said that was a lie as well.
Okay. So I mean, so we don't know. I'm just thinking, how can we believe anything that Kelsey is saying if she's now saying that everything she told the prosecutors was a lie? Why would you just make up that stuff and say that stuff? I mean, it doesn't make sense to make up. Why would you just come out and say this man shot her if he didn't? Why would you lie on him and say he shot her, and then he shot at her 5 times? That, I mean, it doesn't make sense. And
And
then
go ahead.
like my sister also said, she said if she didn't do anything wrong, then why does she need immunity? What does she need immunity from? What has she done that she could potentially be in trouble? And my sister said she could have lies. She could have lied to the police. She could have lied to the investigators. She could have lied to the prosecutors. She said she very well could have taken money or whatever. But she said, my sister said this. She said, you can be sure that now that all of this has happened, she said, if her immunity deal is taken from her, she said they will contact what is called a what did she tell me that was? Some department that looks into money, tracing money. It goes to a department, and she said what they'll start to do is they'll start to look at all of Kelsey's
I want to
bank
read.
statements.
Okay, I want to read this. This part that a reporter said. He said by the end of the day, the prosecutor had clearly had enough. Though, this is a question that the prosecutor asked Kelsey. It's hard to remember these events. The prosecutor said it wasn't so hard in September. And so, yeah, so court will resume at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Neither the DA office nor the defense have responded to questions on the immunity issue. This is really sad, because this is making the prosecutor look incompetent.
Right.
Because
It really
their
is.
star witness, they gave the star witness immunity, and their star witness definitely changed their story.
And the department is called Trace Management. She said if her immunity is revoked, she said Trace Management can start to trace to see if Kelsey received any large sums of money. Because what you just said, Wiley, it sounds like the prosecutors are upset.
Of course, they're upset, because in open court to the jury, the star witness recant their story. So, of
Right.
course, as the prosecutor is upset.
So do you not think that California is going to say, wait a minute, she gets no immunity? She lied to us. Because the immunity is based off the information that they have given you. That's why earlier when you were live, I said, is there a lawyer in the chat? Because I knew it didn't make sense, because when you give somebody immunity, you have to give them information. I mean, they're giving you something and you're giving them something. people, they don't just give people immunity for nothing. You have to give them information. And now she's saying that the information that she gave them, she lied about that information, which means her immunity can be revoked. And that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I couldn't get in touch with my sister earlier because she was in court. When she got out of court, she called me back, and that's when I asked her, and she told me that she could be opening herself up for charges. And what she also told me too is that the trace management department can also start to look into Tory's bank accounts and transactions to see if he has moved any money from the night the incident happened up until now.
And so,
And she said if they can find that a significant amount of money was used and it could be traced back to her, she said then Tory has another case on him. And she said they can then file charges on her. And she's saying that now, because she's gone back on what she said and saying that she lied, my sister said they can prosecute her too. If they revoke her immunity, she can be prosecuted for lying.
so this is definitely going on again. We are definitely covering this trial. As you all can see, it's a lot that's have been developing, and one of their star witnesses recanted their story and got an immunity, was trying to plead the fifth and all that. But on tomorrow, they're going to resume testimony. 1 second. We have somebody that is calling in. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Yeah, I just want to say this, that the caller brought up some good points, but the other thing I would like to reiterate here is I'm pretty sure that when immunity, or if she was given immunity, that the prosecutor had to be made aware of it in a timely fashion. And with that being said, I would take it that whatever research the prosecutor was supposed to do to look into bank accounts or whatever was necessary to see if there was some sort of link in terms of the Kylie being played off, I'm sure he did that in order to have a strong case. I think when she pleaded the fifth to certain questions, and she were asking, there were times during that court, if you go back and you look at, Lawyers for Workers and do some other research, and you look at this case, there were times when she did plead the fifth, and they had a conversation, the attorneys did, along with her, to see if what she was saying, whether or not she could say that or she could not. And the judge would let her know that. If anything was to be revoked, I do believe the judge would have said to her, he would not have allowed certain things. And when they had those conversations, side conversations, I'm sure she was made aware of what it was that she could say, that would revoke her immunity. And there are different types of immunity. So I think Kelsey, they probably were not aware that she had her own, sure, they had to be aware she had her own attorney. But I'm sure how she's handling this now, I'm sure it is a blow to the prosecution. But I can say this. Overall case, this shows you what messiness does. When you, as friends, are not really friends, or you going behind one another, or you don't have a problem sleeping around with each other's man, or you just got this lackadaisical way when it comes to sex and how you deal with people, character plays a big part. And you got three people who got some character issues. But I say between Meg and Tory, their messiness, I think Meg really and truly, when she was trying to get Callie to meet Tory, I think it was because she wanted him for herself. And I think she really got upset, in terms of when she saw how Tory was not only dealing with a friend, but now he wanted Kylie. I'm sure that made her very upset. And I'm sure when Tory turned around and saw that Kelsey was trying to defend Meg, he just said, look, you know what? How are you going to defend her? She's going behind your back too. So then these people get in a fight, and I'm sure when they started asking Kelsey this stuff, Kelsey probably did have a plan to defend Meg. Meg was her best friend. They've been friends for I don't know how many years. But then she thought to herself, wait a minute. Heck, I'm on the stand now. I could hurt myself. And so when she thought that she could hurt herself, same thing that happened with Meg. Meg got on the stand, and what she'd been lying about for 2 years, she admitted. She lied. You know why? Because they realized this is serious here. We can end up hurting ourselves. So you had a lot of lies being told, and you had a lot of devious behavior. And it kind of, I can't help but think about the Shanquilla Robinson case. You got to be careful who you deal with in this world. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care what they're doing. This was horrible. Friendship code, none. Morals, absolutely none. And when that happens, you have no idea what will come to you. We just live in society. There's just demonic things that go on. And this was ugly. And I can't defend Meg. I can't, hey, Tory getting involved with women that are like this. What can you really say? Hope he learned his lesson. Meg going around in the industry like this, it's ugly. You can't really believe anybody. So who are we to really say what now? We just got to wait and let all this evidence come to the table and see. Because at this point, the character of these individuals,
So I'm going to ask you my last question for you. Well, this will be the last question before you get off. Right now, do you think Tory going to get a guilty verdict or not guilty, or a mistrial?
You know what, Wiley? That's going to be hard, and I'm going to tell you why I say this. And I'll try to make this short because I'm sure you got other people calling in.
Go ahead, take your time.
With this evidence and what I've seen, and the prosecution lost big today. And the only thing I see that may get him one guilty charge is that last charge they just brought up. The very third one about a weapon. I think they brought that charge up when they thought the other ones would not stick. So I don't know because even though there was a loss, something happened to Meg at some point. Something happened to her. We can't deny that. But I can tell you this. We don't know. When they put those bags in that car, okay, remember there was a time when, they were leaving the house. They were leaving the house, and you had Tory tell his bodyguard, or his driver, go ahead and take him home. But Meg said she forgot something. I think she just didn't want to leave Tory there with Kylie. But before they got ready to go, they put Meg's bags, even though Meg had said on witness stand she didn't know which bags were hers. When Kelsey got on the stand, she said that those bags were Meg's because they had her bathing suit and different things, changes out there. So when they put those bags in there, we don't know what they actually put in the car at that time. We still don't have an idea, also too, where that gun was positioned. And then the other thing was this. When the fight broke out between Meg and Kelsey pleaded the fifth on certain things, did she plead the question becomes, did she plead the fifth because of the fact there was something in there that could hurt herself in the long run? Even though she had immunity, could there be some other charge she just wanted to make sure she doesn't get? Okay. And that question is who had the gun. So it could be bring about reasonable doubt. Going to your question, it could do that. But I think that last charge, in order to no longer have reasonable doubt, and please check what that last charge is, I think that was thrown in there so that they can get something on Tory. All
right. Thank you so very much for that. I want to read this because and give me a second, callers. I'm gonna get back to you because I'm gonna come to you 9531. But also right here to Kelsey, they said they asked a question in the last hour of court. The prosecutor asked Kelsey, "Did Tory offer to pay for your lawyer?" She responded, "Yes." She would then ask, "Did Tory pay for your lawyer?" She responded, "I don't know. I can't remember." We'll be posting the full testimony thread shortly. Let me go to another.
Okay, Wiley, 1 second.
Go ahead. And then Wiley, go ahead, sister.
Didn't you say already, and I think I heard that they have already acknowledged that the gun is Tory's, correct?
I heard that, but then somebody said it's not true. So I didn't see that in black and white. I heard that on social media. But let me go to this call. So they asked her a question. Did Tory pay for the lawyer? She said she don't remember.
She don't remember. Come on, Wiley. I told you she lying.
All right.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. 9531, I'm coming to you. Hello? Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Man, so do you think Tory Lanez did it?
I think Tory Lanez did it 100,000%. Whether he get a guilty, I still believe he would get a guilty verdict because something I hope that the prosecutors really can trump Kelsey, and I really believe that they got some other witnesses and some other evidence. But yes, I do believe Tory Lanez did it to answer your question.
Because for some reason, I don't know why, I just have a hunch that Megan shot herself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he probably was trying, Tory Lanez, he's aggressive. He beat up August Alsina and stuff like that. And maybe she was trying to, back him up off him. And, he's small. So when she aimed the gun down, she probably shot herself.
Oh, my God.
But I don't know.
All right.
But if Tory Lanez, I want him under the jail, though. If he did do it.
I feel you on
that. We need justice for her if she wasn't the one that shot herself.
All right. Well, thank you so very much.
Man.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Wiley, do you believe Megan shot herself?
No, I don't believe Megan shot herself.
I don't believe she did either.
No.
Somebody shot her.
Yes. You live on the Wiley Show. Can you mute me in the back? Can you mute me? All right. Give me a second, you guys. We're taking a caller. We live. Okay. Take your time. You guys share this live. Make sure y'all like it. We are live talking about Kelsey, and we're talking about this. This trial definitely was a bad day for prosecution. Go ahead, man.
Yes. Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Oh my God! I cannot believe I got through. It was so fast.
Yes.
Like I thought I was gonna have to be on hold.
No.
Okay. Hey, Wiley.
Hi.
This is Melissa Moore from DC.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I believe that Megan and Kelsey did have a fight. I do believe that. It was a little small fight. It wasn't like a bomb. Oh my God, I'm going to fight her. It was a little cat fight because of the situation where her and Tory, did relations or whatever. But I believe that she did get shot. I believe that the gun went off, and I believe that I think Kelsey did it. I think it was just something that just happened in the midst of everything. And I know that Kelsey did go to court today, and I know that she did plead the fifth, which I understand. That's what makes me believe that Kelsey did have something to do with the weapon or whatever. But I'm so sorry that she got shot. And I do believe that Kelsey might have did it. And I'm not being woman something about men or whatever. I just don't believe Tory did it.
All right. We thank you so very much for calling in.
Okay. Thank you so much, Wiley.
All right. Love you. Bye-bye. All right. Again, if you are calling in, keep calling. Because I didn't think I didn't.
Okay, why are you doing that, Wiley? I got another question, Wiley. Wiley, when they talked about the gun residue, did they say that Kelsey had the gun residue on her hand, or did they say it was on her body?
I know she had gun residue. I don't know where it was at. We got a caller that is calling in. Give me 1 second here. Okay. All right, you live on the Wiley Show.
Wiley?
Hey.
Hey. She was just about to ask about the gun residue. They did state that gun residue was found, I believe, on Kylie's hand, and I think it was also on Tory as well. And they also stated, though, when it came to the print on the gun, though, there's a fourth person. Like there were, a fourth print or something. There were more than there were prints that I don't know if that had been even identified yet. The caller that stated and asked about the fight. No, I don't think that fight was small. There's going to be someone else that's going to testify to them seeing the fight that took place in the street or whatever happened there. And I think when we hear, I think they might have been someone that lived in the neighborhood. I'm not sure, but that testimony should be coming up as well. I think that and that's another thing. Even just think about this scenario. It crosses my mind based on what the last caller was saying too. What if, now mind you, Megan is much bigger than Kelsey. And so you imagine if they're going to get into it, Kelsey probably might feel a need to have something with her. I'm not trying to accuse her of something, but think about Megan is a pretty big girl compared to her. And I'm sure they've gotten arguments before. This may not be their first time, especially if they have a tendency to go behind each other the way this is going. But I take it that maybe not, because Kelsey seemed to be very shocked when Tory revealed to her that he had been sleeping with Megan too. So I can only imagine the kind of, after feeling that type of shock, this is your friend of so many years, and you're thinking about how, she went back to Texas because she had COVID, and she said during that time, that was during the time that Megan became close to Tory. She wasn't even aware of that. And all before now, she had been taken up to Megan. She didn't know why Megan really wanted to go back to the house after the driver was already driving them away. And she noticed that Megan was acting different, but she didn't think nothing about it. But it probably came to her mind once Tory told her that he had been sleeping with the both of them. So let's just take that. So they get into it. Let's just say, what if Kelsey had the gun, and by the time that, because remember there was a time when Megan turned her back. What about the fact that when Megan turned her back, if Tory was trying to get the gun from Kelsey, maybe she did see him with it, because at that point, say if he's trying to get it from her, I mean, what reason does Kelsey have to plead a fifth on a question like that? Other than if she had a little bit more to do with it, or something could be said there that could hurt her. I'm not trying to be an accuser of the brother or to accuse anybody of anything, but it just doesn't seem as certain about what they had to say in terms of how this took place. And with them going back on their statements, I mean, and one other thing I like to say this too. Even Megan said that the reason that she had lied was because of everything that happened with George Floyd, and she didn't really want what happened to George Floyd to happen to Tory. But then there was a time when Tory was in a place, they got everybody situated, in the police cars, or whatever the case may be, and Megan's alone with either law enforcement or the people at the ambulance, and they're asking her this question. Well, with everybody in a safe, mode here, somewhat, and why didn't she just go ahead and tell them the truth then? It's just, it's hard to defend people when they have not been honest. And it's hard to defend people who really are not even honest with their friends. And it's hard to defend a guy who gets in messy situations and with women, and then it's hard to feel sorry for any of them. I mean, their character is all messed up. And I just think somehow or another, Kelsey was able to outsmart this whole situation, getting her own lawyer, whoever paid for it, whoever got her bodyguard, she leveled up. And the prosecution, wow, I'm sure they are looking, your friend is right, I'm sure they are looking bad, but I don't see how they could have allowed themselves to look bad when if there was any type of immunity deal, they knew a long time ago. They knew they had to prepare themselves. How did they wait to this moment and allow themselves to look like this? That's my question.
All right, thank you so very much. Also, we have a producer that is definitely bringing some awareness here about Kelsey, and I want to read this. Hey, while a long-time supporter of your content, just more tea regarding Kelsey. Her baby daddy is Erica Banks' manager. All of that is connected to 1501, and Megan and Carl are still beefing. If you go to Kelsey's page, she tags her baby Instagram page. Once she goes to Instagram page of her baby, she tags herself as mom and dad. It is also tagged. Click the page, and he said right there. So, wow, this is just getting even deeper and deeper. So if her baby daddy is Erica Banks' manager, I can see who is funding her. Wow.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, we got you live on the air.
Hello, hey, what's up?
Welcome.
So I think there's something really important that a lot of people isn't really taking into account. I think that Kelsey, she knows what she's doing. Tory upped them coins. I don't know how much money he gave her, but he had to give her some money because if he's not the shooter, then you the shooter. So you say in your statement that you tell the prosecutor and them that he shot her, and then the only other explanation for you not to get on the stand and stick with your story is if some coins were defense. It's just that simple. And he paid her some coins to change her motherfucking story. Because at this point, she already has immunity. She knows she's not going to jail. So why not just stick to the motherfucking story and send his ass up the road?
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling in. Bye-bye. Because she's just doing too much cussing. Get her off the line, child. Hold on. Let me
say this too, Wiley. People keep saying that they think that Kelsey was really upset and maybe she shot Megan. But also, I think about this. Didn't they say that Kelsey said this is not the first time that Megan has backdoored her with a man? So if this is not the first time that Megan has done this, when somebody tells you she did it again, you're not all that surprised.
Absolutely. I got a caller.
Okay.
Thank you for that very much. You're live on the Wiley Show. Can you mute me in the back? Can you mute me?
Got it. Okay.
All right, you live on the Wiley Show.
This is Rose. Okay. Yeah, so I was calling in again because a lot of people are saying things that I was thinking and wanted to say. I do believe that maybe Kelsey probably did get the weapon and wanted to use it out of anger from them fighting. And maybe Tory did wrestle her down and, got his hands on it. But remember, he still ended up saying, dance, throughout the situation. And somebody said, why didn't she tell the police when she was back in the car? That would defeat the purpose of her saying she didn't want nobody to get in trouble. Them was the Beverly Hills police out there. Them police can be very intimidating. That stuff can be very scary. They all was messed up high. It was just a lot going on. And like they said, Kelsey is involved with Carl Crawford and them. Those people, all of them is trying to cause chaos and more confusion on Megan. This is just to make the story look like it'll end up being where he won't get convicted because, what did you say? It probably will be like a mistrial or, they just throwing out so much confusion so that this will just get thrown out. You know what I'm trying to say? They just trying to make a big chaotic, mess against Megan so that this could get thrown out. Because Tory is already in enough trouble. So they trying their best to keep this boy from getting in trouble with this situation.
Absolutely.
They throwing out so much confusion. What you say?
Thank you so very much. Yeah, because it's their job as a good defense team to make as much confusion so that when that jury go up in there, they come with a not guilty.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
All right now. All right, I think we got somebody else. Call from you live. Hey, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not too well versed in the law, but my opinion, just off my intuition and what's going on with the information I got, I feel like this is just one big crap show. I think they all got really drunk. It was a party night, and then some things got revealed, and they got into a big argument, and I think they just kind of blacked out. And I don't think Meg is 100% sure who shot her. And I feel like Kelsey, I'm not saying that Kelsey's the one that did it, but I really feel like there's more involvement with her in the shooting. For her to just do all this stuff last minute like this is kind of crazy. So I think there's just more to it. I don't think Tory necessarily gave her any money. I don't think that's not enough money for me to go up there and lie on myself and possibly get prosecuted for some major crimes.
All right. Thank you so very much. Okay, I'm going to actually bring somebody on the stream that's been waiting backstage. We're going to get to everybody, so if you hang up, you just have to keep calling, and we'll definitely bring you on. The Truth, you're live on the air.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say real quick that when it comes to situations like this, I think that usually the simplest explanation is the correct one. And the simplest one for me is that Tory shot her. And I think that it is kind of sad that we are, I'll say, shaming a woman to prove to the world that she doesn't deserve to be protected or that she deserved whatever happened to her. And one of the other things that's been disappointing is to see all of the propaganda that has been spread on YouTube. And I don't think that like content creators really realize the power that they have and the influence that they have in the media, whether content creators want to recognize that they're media figures or not. They kind of are, and they can convince the community to go one way or the other. So I know that Megan has had a propaganda machine against her since the beginning of this incident. And I think that a lot of these content creators have literally given Tory and his team their whole defense, because everything that a lot of these YouTubers have been putting out, the Tory's team has used it as their defense. One last thing I wanted to say is that people are saying that Kelsey outsmarted the prosecutors, but I think that Kelsey is really playing with fire. These prosecutors are very crafty people, and they always find loopholes. Even if they did give her immunity, I'm pretty sure there's some loophole in there if she's not, being straightforward and telling the truth. So I think she should, be careful and not play herself.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much for giving your thoughts on that. All right. Also, too, we did a poll and we asked the people, do you believe that Tory Lanez will walk free? We put the poll out, and right now is at 75% said yes, 25% said no, and definitely we put a poll out yesterday. This was today, and then yesterday, or was that yesterday? Make sure. Yes, yesterday we said, do you think it would be a guilty verdict or not guilty verdict for Tory Lanez? 56% said guilty, 44% said not guilty. Okay, so let me actually go into here and bring somebody else that had called in. I'm gonna go to you, 2178. I'm calling you back. Oh, 2178. Okay. All right. 2178, I'm calling you back. Give me a second. We are live. Hello? You live on the Wiley Show.
Like your title. I think you could change it because it's inappropriate, especially with you not being in the courtroom. It doesn't make sense at all. So you're making an entire assumption.
What did you say? Can you repeat that for the artists can hear you? Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I think you should change your title. You're making basically a big assumption on something that you know nothing about. If you were not in the courtroom and you're just hearing detail what other bloggers are basically saying, you're gathering effects from them, you have no clue of what took place. So I think you should change your title because it doesn't make sense at all.
I'm not going to change it at all.
Okay, so could you give why did you think she lied, basically?
Because first of all, you said the best friend. Who you said about lying?
Yeah, I'm talking about Kelsey, the best friend.
Because number one, she said she testified. She got questioned by the prosecutor in September, and she said all these things. Now today, she changed her story, so she's a liar.
Okay, so haven't we seen Megan change her story like
4 or 5 times, and literally she just said on Gail's show that she did not have an intimate relationship with Tory, but on today she clearly stated that she did. So wouldn't that make her a liar as well? So how can we believe everything that she's saying that took place as well?
I didn't say believe everything that she said. I said believe her that she was shot by Tory Lanez. If you watch my show, but Kelsey is a liar.
This girl, awesome.
All right. Okay, that's what that person wanted to call in on that. We have to correct. You should change. You should change your title.
Wiley, I don't understand why.
I'm gonna bring this one call in, and I'm gonna get your statement. If they answer, we going to 0190 with all that static on his phone. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hi. The whole time that I've been listening to the live, it just kind of dawned on me that maybe this never really was about Tory. It seems like Kelsey has always been kind of just along for the ride. She's always been right there with Meg, reaping the benefits. My thing is, when Tory was at the party and he was flirting with Kylie, where was Kelsey then? Why didn't she have anything to say then? Why wasn't she angry then? When they hopped in the car and they were supposed to go home, Tory, where was she then? Like, she wasn't upset? She wasn't angry? Like, what really happened that night? Because now all of a sudden you can't really say, she's mad at Meg and she has an issue with Meg because of the Tory thing, because that couldn't have been it. I mean, you can't be that angry. I mean, I understand that they were friends, but at the same time, like, Kelsey, what's going on? Because there's no way I'm going to take a charge or perjure myself in court over somebody that I kind of, I'm mad at my friend for, but I'm not really mad at my friend for, and I don't care about him enough to fight for him at the party. So what is she really doing? It looks stupid to me, but at the same time, you got these two girls, Megan and Kelsey, who also, Megan, the whole time that she's been a rapper, has always rapped about being a hoe. She's always been out on the stage with no clothes on, looking crazy. So, I mean, what do we really expect from these two?
All right. Well, again, I hear all of this, and Kelsey, unfortunately, she's just a liar with them baby teeth of hers. It's just, unfortunately, I'm just over the fact that she just put a monkey wrench in this case. It's just wow that she did that. And I don't know if they're going to be able to take her immunity away. I don't know if she's going to get any charge. I don't know. But this is just a bad day for the prosecutors.
It is. It's a bad day, but it's also starting to get annoying now because we know somebody shot Meg, okay? We know that. So why are we drawing it out? Like, I understand Tory doesn't want to get in trouble, but I'm pretty sure at this point, with him punching out August Alsina and doing all this other crazy stuff, we know it's going to catch up to him someday. So, I mean, why are they dragging all this out? And what for? Because I couldn't see, if I was Kelsey, I couldn't see myself perjuring myself in court on such a large scale, because the whole world is looking at this and doing all this for $1 million, maybe. I don't even think he has $1 million like that. But it just looks kind of hoish to me. So I don't know. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you so very much for that. Wow. She said, quote, it looks kind of hoish. That's what she said. Go ahead, Talking Faces. You want to say something?
Yes. First of all, it almost seems to me now that Kelsey is coming for Megan. And I'm going to throw this out here, and this is just, my opinion. And I mean, maybe it could be some validity to it, but maybe maybe Tory does not have to do with anything to do with what Kelsey did today. Now that you bring up that she's with 501, the manager, I mean, and clearly Carl Crawford has a problem with Megan Thee Stallion. They're in litigation as well now. That maybe they're just trying to ruin Megan. Maybe that's what Kelsey's trying to do right now.
Okay. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
This is my first time calling in.
Welcome.
I was calling just to, say I was reading the comments and things like that. First of all, I just don't understand when the world just became so vicious. Whoever's, talking about Meg getting shot, I just don't understand how people can be so selfless and unkind. I mean, it's like everybody lies, but it just seems like everybody is bringing out Meg lying. I understand the court bringing that out because they have a case to prove, but just, people, out, on social media and everything, judging, it's not for us to judge. I mean, what's the whole point the point was that she was shot. And it just seems like everything else is overshadowing that one thing. I mean, Meg lied. Yes, she did. But that still doesn't mean that makes it any less that she got shot. And I think everybody keeps making up and bringing up things about her. And it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, everybody lies. And the only thing is that Meg is a celebrity. That's the only difference. Everybody else is kept silent. I mean, nobody's lied. One lie is no greater than the other. Everybody lies. So I just don't understand it. It's just ridiculous. And, like you said, I mean, it's just, with, everybody going, with Tory, and stating he has lied as well, but nobody has said anything about him. It's just that, everybody is stuck on talking about Meg and how she lies and how she sleeps with everybody. But nobody says anything about the man that's been sleeping with everybody. I mean, it's all about her and tearing her down.
All right. You definitely put a
Thank
point.
you, Wally.
Thank you so very much. Yeah, it's definitely a double standard when women and with men when they come out sleeping. Unfortunately, we live in that type of society.
I agree with that call.
The kettle, whatever, calling everybody keeps saying liar like they haven't lied before. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Everybody lies. But, just because she's a celebrity and now everybody's, bringing up all kinds of stuff, but they have sexual partners. Everybody can't say that they don't have multiple partners. She's single. So, I mean, why does that matter how many people she has slept with? But you don't hear this, regarding other celebrities, that they bring out that have had and that flaunt around other girlfriends or boyfriends.
Absolutely.
But thanks, Wiley.
Thank you so much. Okay. All right. You have something to say, Talking Faces?
Yeah, I agree 100% with what that lady has said. From the very beginning, it's like Megan has had a hate train on her. It's like they want to see this woman ruined. Everybody is missing the fact that she was shot. We have people call just a few minutes ago, Wiley, of a person alluding to she shot herself, which makes no sense. But it's almost like when it's a Black woman, people will throw out everything and believe anything when it's a Black woman. And I think that's sad.
All right. Thank you so very much. I'm going to go to the next caller here. And again, we reached out to an attorney. They said they can't come on today, but they will try to in their schedule to come on tomorrow. You're live on the Wiley Show. Hello. Hey, welcome. You live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing tonight?
All right.
I was calling because I was looking over a couple things, and I see that the immunity can be rejected if the person pleads the fifth because they're not holding up their end of the bargain.
But I also want to say that a lot of people are not realizing that Kelsey and Megan has been beefing. So why would she hold up in court for Megan if they've been beefing? So it kind of stands on, yes, she would be on Tory's side because, hey, I take this money because Megan been talking about, she been paying my bills, she been talking about all kind of stuff. So I'm just like, they gonna get Kelsey in the end, but I don't think that Megan gonna lose this. I think she gonna win.
Oh, all right. Thank you so very much. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Of course, this morning, you guys, I was on Station Head, and a lot of people had a whole lot of things to say. But the reason why you have so much information out there because you have bloggers that already for years have been saying, since this case have started, or since this shooting have happened, they believe that Megan was the liar. They believe that Tory is innocent. It's been a big echo of that. And then also you had the baby, working with Tory Lanez, and Megan was mad about that. It was a whole situation, right? And I remember when Tory Lanez came to a festival and he violated the restraining order. So it was like a whole ordeal. And now we at trial. And now you have Kelsey, whom really didn't do that much talking. I didn't really see her doing any interviews at all, that recanted, pleading the fifth, got immunity and all of that. But now tomorrow, the prosecutors is going to resume their questioning with Chelsea. And so Kelsey, I'm sorry, I keep saying Chelsea. It was with a K, Kelsey. Now they asked her the question. They said, hey, did Tory pay for your lawyer? She said, I don't remember. Like, if you don't remember, like, it's either yes or no. Wow, this is interesting. This is very, very, very interesting. We have a caller that's calling in. Give me a second. You live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Yeah, I just needed to comment on what that last caller was talking about. She's talking about why is everybody pointing out the fact that Meg lied so hard. I don't think she understands that lying in court is not a good thing. Her lie is what's making the other side have a case against her right now. So it's important that we point out the fact that Meg lied, because that's what's giving the other side ammunition in the first place. I think the lesson here is not to lie, especially when it comes to matters this serious. You need to be clear-minded, clear-thinking, everything that you can, but you do not want to lie. If you don't know, just say you don't know.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Okay, well, thank you so very much. Wow. But thank you, caller. But having somebody say, wow, I don't remember him paying for my lawyer. Wow, that have to be very, very interesting.
And disingenuous.
It's a call right here. I'm gonna get your thoughts. I got a call here. Hello, you live on the air.
Hey, Riley.
Hey.
Hey, so what I wanted to say is that as far as like if Meg was shot, I mean, Tory's defense, his lawyer said that Meg was shot. So we don't need to keep asking like, was she shot? Was she not? Like, even Tory's defense said that she was shot. So we get that clear away. But for me, it's just like when it came to Kelsey, it's kind of like the jurors are not dumb. We can see through a lot of stuff. Like what the prosecution said, you remembered a lot in September. And now when it comes to the face-off, now you don't remember. But you don't remember when it comes in regards to Tory. You remember what everything Meg Thee Stallion says, but when it comes to Tory, you forget. And then when they questioned her and they said that has he offered to pay for your lawyer? And you say, she said, what did she say? Yes. And then the question was just like, well, is he paying for your lawyer? And then she gonna say, I can't remember. See, girl, it's just like, I don't know what lawyer is telling her this stuff, but it is looking like you are helping out this man, period. Like, I get what people saying that Meg lied and all that other stuff. Okay, I get that. But however, we're dealing with Kelsey right now, and it's not looking too good on her. I feel like she is trying to help Tory, but I don't feel like she's helping Tory. I don't feel like she's helping herself out. When it came to them fighting and stuff like that, Kelsey didn't even say that her and Meg had a fist fight. Meg didn't say that her and Kelsey had a fist fight. So I'm just left to believe, like, okay, so what's going on? And then with his charges, I feel like a lot of his charges was like, what is it called? Like having a firearm that wasn't registered, discharging a firearm, and then what is it called? Assaulting somebody with a semi-automatic. Now, assaulting someone with a semi-automatic, I feel like that's going to be a stretch. But when it comes to the other two charges, I feel like, especially like the having an unregistered firearm, unless they can prove that that was the security guard, which they can't, which they're not even bringing up the security guard, I feel like he's going to be charged for that. And as far as discharging the firearm, since they can't get Kelsey, they may get him for that because he also has gun residue on there. I get that his DNA wasn't on the gun, quote unquote. However, they still have that residue, and they still have somebody pointing to him as a shooter. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
All right, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Again, we are definitely covering this trial. It's a lot of entities, a lot of moving parts. I'm just interested for tomorrow. Wow, tomorrow, that prosecutor is pissed. So, wow, because it makes them look weird. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Because I thought they had an open and shut case. Now it's just they're really going to have to prove it on tomorrow, and we still don't have cross. But it looked like Kelsey did a great job for Tory's defense team, because her recanting and doing all of that is making their job easy.
They don't even have to ask questions, Wiley. She did everything for them today.
So we definitely going to see how that's going to go tomorrow. It's like a lot of stuff that's going on, you guys. Anybody else? Let me drop the link if anybody else want to come on. I do want to thank Talking Faces, because she came out and said, hey, that immunity, they can take that. Excuse me. They can take that back. So,
and Wiley, you better believe this evening, I guarantee you, their bosses are having a meeting with them tonight, and they're trying to figure out, wait a minute, what is this? Because it's clear from what you read, they are pissed about what Kelsey did today. They are really pissed. And the last thing I want to say is, for you people out there that are making up all these excuses for Kelsey and Tory, you want to make Megan a liar, but Kelsey got on the stand today, and if not, she was the biggest liar I've ever seen in my life. And I don't hear anybody saying, oh, Kelsey's a liar. I mean, Kelsey really made herself look bad. I agree with the caller that was on, not the last one, I think it was a lady, when she said the jurors are not crazy. I guarantee you they were looking at Kelsey like she was crazy. And as for anybody saying that Kelsey has a good lawyer, I totally disagree. I don't think any lawyer would advise their client to do the things that Kelsey did today. And then the last questions that you read, Wiley, about who's paying for her attorney, and she says, I don't remember, or I don't know.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That don't make sense. That makes her sound like it almost sounds like she's making light of this. She's using this as some kind of, joke or something. It didn't seem like she's taking it seriously. But the fact that you also introduced the information about her being with a manager that works for Crawford, I mean, it's giving
because her baby father is the manager of Erica Banks, and that's connected to 1501. they have an interest that, you know, eventually Megan Thee Stallion will be leaving, and she got about, I think, one more album. She's pretty much done. So I guess they're trying to just destroy her, right? But then you also have the Tory. So it's been some deals been going on. It's a
Yes.
conspiracy about it. And then when that question was asked, even Gossip in the City, they posted as well. They said, hey, you know, about the lawyer, did Tory offer to pay for your lawyer? She responded, yes. She was then asked, did Tory pay for your lawyer? She responded, I don't know. I can't remember. So that is making Tory, if he don't go down for this, he may go down for witness tampering.
My sister said that. She said they could get him on witness tampering. Yes, that's one of the things that she said to me. And all they have to do is connect the money. And I don't think they necessarily try to do that, because I think they made Kelsey made the prosecutors think they had an open and shut case. I think they were banking 100% on her testimony, and then she just got in, it just blew up in their faces today. But I can guarantee you this, that task management is on that money trail with Kelsey and Tory, because even if she said he didn't give her the $1 million, when the question was asked about did he offer to pay for her lawyers, that.
So I want to say this. Someone said this: if a person fulfilled their side of the contract, the prosecutor cannot rescind their immunity. These agreements are just that, contracts. When one party fulfill their side, other must do the same. But I want to know, what is the question now, because we don't have the details of the immunity agreement. I don't think none of the prosecutors have that document. And if anybody had that document, you can send it to me. But my question is, what was the details of that agreement?
This is what my sister said. Nobody's going to have that agreement to give out to anyone, because, you know, it's privy to the prosecutors and the client. But this is what my sister said. She said, when they give you immunity, there's a thing called a proffer. Just because a person says, hey, if you give me immunity, I'll tell you what you need to know. Okay. The first thing that they do, she says, is you have to give them a little piece of information so they could determine if it's worth you getting immunity, because they have to run that up to their bosses to see if they can get authorizations to do that. So she had to give them a little information for them to even give her the immunity deal.
Wow. Yeah. So this is not looking too good for this trial. Like I know it's going to be some aftermaths for, you know, going after Kelsey for perjury or anything if those charges come up. But again, now everybody's looking. I mean, I'm looking on social media, and the tweets are just, I told you Megan was like they are just going at it in on social media. Like, wow. I mean, Kelsey was trending. Let me see. I think Tory was trending. Let me double check. Last time I checked, he was trending. Yeah, Tory Lanez is definitely trending right now. And let me just look at some of the tweets right now. Okay, they said Megan and Tory lame as we don't care anymore. That's what somebody just tweeted. When it comes to Megan and Kelsey, remember everything but Tory. The B got amnesia. Your Honor, lock that B up. That's what somebody said actually on Twitter. Another person said Tory Lanez should have handled this whole thing differently. That is what somebody said on there. Someone said free Tory Lanez. They said, I'm so tired of this cloud chase. He's obviously making these videos and demanding to be in courtroom like he's a criminal law expert, grifting to the Tory Lanez fanboy, causing harm to women who experience violence, is what somebody said. Like any decent father would choose to keep their child as far away from the negative media attention as possible. But Tory Lanez swinging a child in and out of the courtroom for what? I do want to zoom in on that, because that to me is really sad, bringing a child. Give me 1 second. We have a call coming in, and then we'll dive into him bringing his child up to court. You're live on the Wiley Show.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm just calling.
Welcome.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the Wiley Show. Go ahead.
Now, I was just calling to say that the lady that just was on is telling the truth about the immunity.
Okay, talk about it.
Because I also work for the court.
Okay.
And if she lied, if they gave her immunity based on what she said, and now she's saying she lied about it, they can take it away and they can charge her with perjury. Because that's exactly what she's doing. She's perjuring herself.
Wow. And I want to know.
She perjured herself. She admitted she perjured herself. She told him she lied.
Wow.
So now that immunity is going to come off.
Wow.
And if that immunity comes off, she can be held for a felony. Perjury is a felony when you get on the witness stand. I just think that she doesn't like Megan. Her and Megan fell out, and now she's changing her story. And she's probably afraid that if Tory does get convicted, that, people are going to go after her and blame her. So she said, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And especially the fact that me and Megan are not speaking anymore and she's no longer my friend. Why should I take up for Megan? So she's taking a big chance. She might end up being the one to go to jail.
Wow.
Even if they don't, even if Tory is not convicted, she can still go to jail because she perjured herself.
That's what my sister said.
Perjury. Look it up. Google it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You can't perjure yourself in a courtroom, and you can't do that. And if you do, they get you with a felony. She changed her story.
Thank you so
much.
very
I think they also have her on tape.
Yeah, they do have her on tape. What she said to the prosecutors back in September.
I think she sent an email or something. She shot an email. So now she just totally perjured herself.
Wow.
So good luck with that. Okay.
Well, thank you so very much. Wow. Okay.
Wiley, my sister said, this is not what you want to do to prosecutors. If you have an immunity deal with them, you do not want to do this. She said they will come at you with both barrels.
Wow.
Tory could get off and she could go to jail.
And I want to dive into really quickly him bringing her son, Tory bringing his son to court. I think that was a bad move to do. Number one, I wouldn't want my infant child anywhere near a court while my father is being charged for shooting a woman. That sends a bad example. You know what I'm saying? All that media attention, your young infant child. I just think that was sad. And I think his mother definitely has to speak to her shame to even agree to something like that, because that's tacky. Because I didn't even see Michael Jackson. I didn't even see Michael Jackson bringing his children to the trial when he was accused. What he was accused of. I just didn't like that energy, bringing his son there. Wow. He needs to be in somebody's daycare playing, watching Caillou or Teletubbies. He don't need to be in no courtroom.
But Wiley, do you think Tory is really taking this seriously? Everything that I've seen about him, he didn't really look like he's taking this seriously, really, to me.
No, absolutely. I think he's feeling really confident because I guess the money has been made, the deals have been made. So with that entail, I think that he's like, okay, I feel confident about this. And really after that, Kelsey testimony, he's even really feeling confident about this.
Yes, he is.
Wow. Yikes. That's all I can say is like, yikes.
I guarantee you his attorneys were telling him this was a good day for us.
Absolutely.
This was a good day for us. There's no way they're going to convict you.
Yeah, that definitely was. And let me see, did he actually tweet something? Bear with me, you guys, because we are live. So anything that I'm actually saying is really, I'm just going through my phone. So if you see me on my phone, I'm looking at all social media, but I want to read this comment. They said, I am literally the same height as Tory Lanez. I'm baffled that both of these women wanted him and still in his balding head. Someone said. Give me a second. He probably got good equipment downstairs. You know what I'm trying to say? He's probably short, but he probably packing down there. Okay, the last tweet that he wrote, on December 7th, 2022. He said, I'm going to lead this here one more time and watch how it ages. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned. You sit and watch now and don't even question the God I serve again. This is my last tweet. Yeah, he's feeling real confident.
Yes.
You're live on the Wiley Show. All right, hold on. They hung up. I guess that was a call drop. Give me a second. All right, call back in because it hung up. Yeah, because he. Okay, let me call them back. Give me a sec. Oh, did they call back? I'm calling you back. 6268. It's like he know he's getting off. And that was a tweet that he wrote on his Twitter on December 7th.
And to use those remarks, no weapon formed against me, when he used a weapon against Megan Thee Stallion. The nerve.
The shade of it all. Wow. I would be confident too if I didn't shoot nobody. Yeah, Kelsey, been had it busy working, Marion, baby, but no statements. Academic notice too. This is okay. I've been calling you back. You got to call me back, child. Okay. Yeah. So again, that's what he said on his social media. And people have definitely been covering this really, really busy, man. We just reached 29,000 subscribers, and we interviewed Darius Cooks. And okay, they calling back. Okay, hold on. You live on the air. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show. Hello. Okay. Yeah, so we had interviewed Darius Cooks, and we reached 29,000 subscribers. I saw, y'all are watching and growing, and the platform is growing. And a lot of people were saying, why did you interview that crook? You interviewed a crook. And he have not been arrested, and everybody that I talked to, the source that I talked to, say he's a great businessman, and everybody have received their orders. And I interviewed him because I wanted to make something different. I know a lot of people was so focused on the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, but I said, let me get this interview because that's something I can put on my resume, that I interviewed a celebrity chef that was on the Food Network. So I appreciate you all for watching that. I will drop that link in there. So whenever y'all get time, y'all want to watch that interview, you could definitely take time out, to watch that interview. Also, I was getting people were coming on social media. They were inviting me to go on other platforms. We are very busy. You rarely going to see me on other people's shows because we're so busy with our show here. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to drop that in there because it got 2,000 views. So we need some more comments. We need y'all to drive the views up. Leave a comment over there. All right. All right. Thank you all so very much for the support. Give me a second here. Okay, let me block you. All right.
While he's working hard on YouTube, you say you don't have time to go on nobody else's platform.
I just don't have time. They send me links. I don't have time because when I'm not working, I'm either researching or sleeping to get ready to do the show again. So once you're busy, you don't have time. I want to say this, and I know this is gonna, dive into another thing. Kaya was live, and it was a YouTuber that went live. That YouTube went on Kaya's live, and they were trolling. That person got booted off the air. And I'm like, this is supposed to be a so-called YouTuber, and they don't get no views in their channel because they're so busy going on everybody else's channel trolling. When I troll, if people want to call me a troll, I'm going to go live on my show and get the clicks and views. But you will rarely see me go on other people's platforms and troll them on their show. Like, I rarely do that. Absolutely not. Okay. Also, too, we are award-winning Wiley Show is going to hit 100K next year. We gotta put it. I know who you're talking about. That was a mess, and they get booted off, and I'm like, wow. Now, a show that I might be interested in going on is a single show. Kendra, is it look Kendra G? I might, whenever I get time. I think she's going live on YouTube. I may go over there, to talk to Kendra G, because that's good promotion. Because not only that she's a radio personality in my hometown, WGCI, I may walk out of there and get a date. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I just do commentary over here, so I rarely have time to go to the channel. Let me tell you, this trial have kept me busy. So by the time I'm off of here, I have to like literally take a shower, go to bed, and do it all over again. This trial is much, much busier than Tasha K and Cardi B trial. Because this is so many layers with this trial, so many components with the trial.
It should have been televised.
Yeah, I would love for it to be televised. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if this would have been televised, then we could have saw it in real time what was going on and give our commentary. And shout out to No Jumper. They actually hired a court reporter, and they were reporting things directly word for word what the person was talking about, and they were posting on there. So that was clearly that was great, because when I was looking at DJ Academics, Malago Grams, you have to pull back the theatrics and all of that, but No Jumper gave you a clear picture of what was going on in that courtroom.
Right. No extras. He gave you just what was said. And you know what I have noticed? You YouTubers have made the news media, like the mainstream, started to pay attention to this trial now.
Absolutely. And I think you're going to see more, because now not only are YouTubers are reporting it at home, they are now going to the courtroom. They are now competing with viewership with mainstream media. And you know what I'm saying? And because that is definitely happening. You're seeing more YouTubers and personalities are heading to court and just reporting on these cases. And so they're getting more detailed, more in depth, or getting more ratings than mainstream media.
Yeah, because I've been still looking to see if LawTube is gonna get in on this, because they were like big into the what was that, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. They were like big on that.
And I wish I would have covered that trial, but I was so booked and busy. Because that was another hot trial that happened. But man, and I want to ask you, do you think Friday is going to be the last day of trial? Do you think this is going to go into another week?
You know what? Initially, they said that it was gonna be about 7 days. So if you do 7 days, they don't do trial on the weekend. So that's into next week. Okay. So it could potentially go longer than that now, because I mean, with what happened today, I think that they may add some more witnesses or something, or they might have to bring somebody else back and cross-examine them. I don't know. They could potentially stretch it out a little bit longer.
Yeah, because I want to say I'm very, very interested on that too, because I can't watch. Okay, I'm really interested in when they're gonna do close statement. And I know they're gonna have the surgeon. I believe they said the surgeon gonna testify. I want to know, did a police officer testify already? If I'm not mistaken, did someone? Because I know one of the detectives actually got fired because of domestic violence.
Right. One of the person was the person that was put in charge of this actual case. Yeah, that was a domestic violence incident, and that person was taken off the case for conflict of interest, they said. But in the beginning, I think the very first day, there was a detective or something that was on the stand. So
yeah, I definitely want to see. So, wow, I don't know how many more witnesses they can have. I don't know if the driver going to testify. I don't know if the driver or the security, because it was security. I don't know if EJ going to testify, because one EJ in the car with them.
Yeah, EJ was in the car and at the party.
So I wonder, is he going to testify? Because definitely that could be a game changer, because that's going to be another way if they, confirm or collaborate, Megan's story that Tory shot Megan.
Well, EJ, wait a minute. EJ was in the car that drove them over there, but not in the SUV when they left.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because remember, EJ took their bags out of his car and put them in the SUV. Well, put them in the other vehicle, whatever type of vehicle it was. I'm assuming that it was an SUV. So, but they also said that what Kris Jenner's husband is supposed to testify. So today is Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday. And for some reason, I think Kelsey's gonna go all day tomorrow.
Yeah,
And that's Friday. That'll be Thursday, and then they'll have Friday. So it depends. Remember, we have to wait till the prosecution rests their case, and then the defense will take over. So that's why I'm saying, Wiley, I think it's gonna go into next week.
Wow. Yes, 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 yes. So a lot of people are definitely coming. We know what day it is, but EJ can tell the state of mind Megan was in. They said he will be back. They said she will be back at 10 o'clock. Yes, she will be back at 10 o'clock. Let me check, because No Jumper actually was posted like details. So I don't know if they type it. Let me double check, you guys, so we can see if they post something. Okay, they have not posted anything yet. And I want to definitely give No Jumper a shout out, because
Yes.
that's a great idea. So maybe I can look into that, hiring a court reporter to do details and send the tweets over there and report on that. That's a good idea, instead of actually physically being in a courtroom.
And another thing I wanted to say, that I asked my sister this, and she said, if they're gonna reject her deal, or whatever, her immunity deal, I asked her, I said, after the way she blew up their case today, I said, Didi, I think that it's a possibility that they could treat her as a hostile witness. And my sister said, look for that tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah, so that's definitely yes. Because when I was looking at it, I was looking at ideas. I'm like, whenever you do cover trials, you got to make sure your connection, you got good connection. Because I know Dennis, he tried to cover it was breaking up. So you got to make sure you have good internet. You know what I'm saying? Or just have a court reporter in there, report on there. Because I know a lot of people, Brother Dennis got upset that people are using his content, but once you post on Instagram, it's like fair game to use your stuff.
Right. But people would much rather use No Jumper. I would suggest to everybody to use No Jumper, because he's not giving all the extra. And I've been paying attention of people that's, in the courtroom as well. And sometimes they're missing pieces, or they're adding extra information in that wasn't said, but it's something that they, are reading into something. And I don't think No Jumper is doing that. I think he's giving it to us straight the way it is, with no extras in it. And that's the way you want it, unbiased.
Absolutely. I 1000% agree. And when I looked at this case, not only I've noticed that some of the outlets like DJ Academics and others, they were giving like the extra hoo-ha. And I'm like, I just want the details, and then I want to give my my commentary on there. But again, if Tory walks free, wow, but if he loses, that's gonna make DJ Academics look crazy, as well as it's gonna make other outlets that were saying that he was innocent look crazy as well. Because this is they put their neck out, and they getting thousands, hundreds of thousands of viewership about it. Because even DJ Academics, he had about 30,000 people in his YouTube live. Those are big numbers.
Right. Well, he's going on live with Millie.
Absolutely, he's going on live with Millie, and he had about, at his peak about 30,000, and that's just YouTube. He probably had about 30, 40, or 50,000 people live on his Twitch. So that's a big number. So, but if Tory were to lose, that's they're going to get dragged in these streets. They can survive it, but they definitely going to get dragged. Especially Millie will get dragged. But this won't be the first time she got something wrong because she said, Kayla Walker was innocent and in Brissett, he was guilty. So we're going to see how this is going to play out. I'm just glad it's still, we still have more testimony to give. People, the prosecutor still got to question Kelsey. I just want to see how she's gonna come back from. I don't remember about Tory Kelsey's lawyer. I think that I don't know if she meant to say that, but that made Tory Lanez look like witness tampering. So them investigators are definitely investigating her financial records. If not, they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because that's opening up a can of worms right there.
It made her and Tory look bad. One of your callers called in and said the jurors are not crazy. That's why I say Kelsey really made herself look bad too. Not just Tory. She made Tory look even more suspicious. And this could not even be connected to Tory. It could be or it could not be. And the reason I say that is, again, from what you said about her relationship with this new guy. But it made Kelsey look really bad. And for all you people that are saying Kelsey has a good lawyer, I can't go along with that. I just can't go along with that because of the way that Kelsey is conducting herself. I just don't believe a good lawyer would allow their client to potentially put themselves in danger of being prosecuted in this way, the way she's doing this. I mean, do y'all really realize how that sounds for them to ask you, did they offer to pay for your lawyer? And you said yes. And then when they asked, did they? You said, I can't remember. I mean, Wiley. I mean, that's crazy, Wiley. Who does that? What intelligent person says something so unintelligent on the stand? Because to me, that's unintelligent. Does that sound intelligent to you?
Absolutely not. But, a lawyer will take your money. If you want to make a fool of yourself, that's you. You know what I'm saying? And the lawyer probably negotiated the immunity deal, but he probably didn't know that Kelsey was going to say all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I just want to see, what was the details of this immunity deal? What was the language?
And what did she tell them?
What did she tell them? Like, what was that, that conversation? Because the judge, they said told the jury, you can't use the recording as evidence. That what she said to that the last time I checked, that they can't use that recording that she said back in September as evidence. So it's not because that, and the reason why the prosecutor is going at Kelsey, because she was a big piece of this case.
Right.
She was a big, big part of this. And that's why they just hammered, because they didn't really do that to Megan. Megan had one day of testimony. That was it.
Right.
This is going into a whole nother day. So, of course, like you said, Ms. Pitts, we got somebody calling in. Let's see what they're saying. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know if they ought to be able to hear on this. You live on the Wiley Show. Hello?
Wiley?
Yes.
I have another thing. I know that's the question that the other young lady had about, why would Kelsey say she didn't know? Or I don't know, when asked the question about did Tory pay for her attorney? I believe we have a whole nother day of her being questioned. Mm-hmm. And that would be tomorrow. And my thought is that whatever she has gotten immunity for, that has not been asked of her as yet. In other words, maybe when we get to tomorrow, get to the question tomorrow, where she has agreed to state and where she's agreed to give evidence for, we will get in that when she's questioned tomorrow. And I think that we just haven't got to that point. I think that whatever she's been able to say thus far has been okay. And as long as she does what she has agreed to, then she's going to be fine. We just probably have not hit that nail on the head yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't just speculate just because of what she did today and think that she hasn't done what she has agreed to do or she's not going to do whatever. I'm pretty sure that she's going to keep that agreement. And I think another thing too, to me, Kelsey and Megan are one and the same. They were doing the same thing. They lie the same way. The same things that you're stating, if you really watch this case, and I really encourage everyone to do their own research, to really hear people like Workers for Lawyers, and even when it comes to academics, Malagra, I've listened to what she had to say, and I compared her to what the other people who have been watching this case. And I can tell you, she has been, pretty thorough. She may have her feelings, but in terms of her getting her notes, she's pretty good at it. So I got to give her that. But, and then there was another question that was asked to you. Where was Kelsey when, I don't know if it's time that when Megan went back to the house or when all that stuff happened with Megan or anything like that. I just want to let you know that there's a part in this case where it's that when they went back to the house, because Megan said she forgot her slipper, Kelsey stayed in the car. Megan went in. And when all of a sudden they all come out the house because, at this point, some argument has erupted between Megan and Tory, or Tory, along with, it could have been Kylie as well. I think Kylie just wanted them to leave at that point. But some argument has happened, and that's the reason they all come out the house. So Kelsey's sitting in the car. She's just waiting. She just thought Megan was going to go in there, get. She didn't, mind you, she never knew that Megan and Tory had this relationship other than, she had dealt with them, but I don't think she was as well aware. She thought Megan really just was going back to get what she was supposed to get. And I think that all of this comes into play when people say, well, what difference does it make? Megan was shot. Anytime and I think this gentleman made a very good point, we're talking about character. And when you're coming down to evidence and you're looking at you have to look at a person's character. You got to pay attention to who tells the truth and who lies. And I think that, here, this goes to show you, God is the truth always prevails. But when you lack character, I think you would aim at fear. Deep down, you're just trying to protect yourself. And I think it's really bad because you got Megan talking about women empowerment and, how women need to protect themselves. And I'm all for that. But Megan, I don't think sleeping with your friend's friend or dealing in a messy situation like this or getting sloppy drunk or whatever this is, or however you're handling yourself, Megan has a lot going for her. It's just like Tory, they are huge celebrities. Why allow yourself to be so beneath yourself and to do what you're doing? But that's what they were doing before they became who they are. And not only that, Megan knew that her Kelsey had connections with One Entertainment. She knew who her baby father was connected to. That was her friend. So these are choices these people are making, and they can't say, oh, when something bad happens, oh, forget about my character, just do something about what happened to me. But a lot of what happens to you has to do with your character, and you can only go as far in this life as your character. And if you're going to be dealing with bad stuff, bad things are going to happen. And as for Tory, who got that scripture about no weapon formed against you shall prosper, that's true. But let's not forget about Romans 13:4, that's in the Amplified Bible, that says, for he is God's servant to you for good. But if you do wrong, you should be afraid, for he does not carry the executioner's sword for nothing. He is God's servant, an avenger who brings punishment on the wrongdoer. You cannot do wrong and not have consequences. You cannot deal with wrong, put yourself in bad situations and not expect bad consequences. I'm all for women empowerment. I don't want to see anything happen to Megan that's unjust or to Tory. But they can't keep living like they're living and expecting great things to happen. That is insane on our part to believe that. So, no. That's what I just like to add. So I hope, Wiley, you do a show about.
All right. Thank you. All right. I think they hear. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. We're going to go to the next caller. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Rob.
Hey.
I wanted to say, I don't really have an opinion, but I really don't think that Phil's going to jail. I know a lot of people think that, they want him to, but his lawyers and Kelsey lawyers did exactly what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
That was create justice. If I was a juror, I wouldn't know what to do at this point with all these different testimonies. These inconsistent stories. Now we have two people who understand that basically one admitted that they lied and one we all lied.
All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, I want to say something right quick.
Go ahead.
To that lady that right there that just spoke, Kelsey is not on trial. So her lawyer is not doing what they're supposed to do because Kelsey is not on trial. Tory is on trial. Okay. Unless their lawyers are one and the same and connected. To the other lady, I would love for her to call back because I have something I want to ask her and I want to ask you, Wiley, too. The first thing is I don't think that.
Hello. Let me get this person. I'm gonna let you do it. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show. Oh, let me put you on speaker. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Can you mute me in the back? Can you mute? Okay.
Okay, let me cut you down in the back. Okay, this is what happened. That young district attorney was so eager.
Is it Barbara? Let me. Is it? Can you click on StreamYard?
I'm trying to answer your question. I'm not calling your show to interrupt your show.
No. I said, can you hit the StreamYard? That was what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I'll hit the StreamYard.
Okay.
Drop the link.
Okay. All right. Let me drop the link with that. Also, I was getting invitations to do other shows, you guys. I can't really do any other show because I'm doing my
Wiley, you so funny. I swear to God. I know exactly what you do. Why you laughing?
I'm laughing because I said, here's the link. How did I go there? All right, we have activists, lady about justice for Black folks. This is Barbara, you live on the air.
Hi, sweetheart. Listen, this is what I got to say. That young district attorney was so eager to prosecute this high-profile case that he sold his soul to the devil. He was totally 100% dependent on Kelsey testimony. It's over. Kelsey was doctored and told by Tory lawyer what to say to make this be a mistrial. There's nothing a district attorney could do to turn this over. Tomorrow the trial is over. If Chelsea, listen, let me tell you something. Right now, Tory is saying sweet nothings in Chelsea's ear. It's over because what is the prosecution going to do when the prosecution said Tory did it? So when she made a fool out of them, is the prosecution going to in return say, no, now Chelsea did it? They're not going to be allowed to. They made a fool out of themselves. The case is over with. And it's good for their ass because they rushed to try to convict this man.
All right, language. We want to make sure we.
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, they just rushed to try to convict this man.
Okay, so you say that they rushed to convict the man, so you don't believe he shot Megan?
I believe that him and Chelsea was struggling with that gun after the two shots, right? After the two shots, I believe that's when Tory took the gun and was shooting at Megan. But the first two shots, I don't know who it came from. Remember, it was 5 shots, 2 shots, then a pause. So in my opinion, living in the ghetto, niggas playing with guns, he was like, let me take this shit. She was probably trying to shoot Megan because people got to understand when you have a big violent, Megan is a big woman. And when a black big woman gets angry, she could hurt you. Okay. And I believe that's why the gun was initially pulled out, so she could calm down. Either Chelsea wanted to calm her down, or Tory wanted to calm her down. But somebody wanted to calm her down, because she admitted, when she got her case 5 years ago, she was beating her boyfriend ass, and the police rolled. She was beating up her boyfriend, and her police rolled up on her, and she got arrested. So I'm just delighted that this prosecutor flipped up on this made this dumb mistake right here, because he's looking like a fool. His whole case is gone. Just rushing, trying to lock people up for 25 years. They get money for that. Them prosecutors get clout for that when they lock black men up. I've seen it done. They be very happy when they get 7 to 8 years. They get clout for that.
Miss Barbara. Okay,
Yes.
let me ask you something, Miss Barbara, because I do kind of agree with some of the things that you're saying. I do agree that, like, they do get something for how many cases that they win. Yeah, they do get something for that. The part that I don't necessarily agree with is the fact that just because Megan is a large, tall woman, you know, tall women can get beat up too, first of all. The next thing is, I don't agree with the premise that you think that Kelsey got the gun because she was big and tall or whatever. And let me tell you why I don't think that part is necessarily right. I'm not saying I know what I'm talking about, but this is just from paying attention to different things that's said. If you recall, Megan got out the car and she tried to leave. She tried to walk away, and they wouldn't let Megan walk away. So I don't believe that Megan was the aggressor. I don't believe that she was aggressor. Also, there is supposed to be a witness that, through the grapevine, they say it's coming up, that's going to say that they saw one of the women attack the other woman. I don't think Megan was necessarily I don't think she was the aggressor. I think she was arguing with Tory, and then after the argument was going on and it was getting too heated, Megan wanted to get out the vehicle. She told the driver, "Stop the vehicle, let me get out. I'll walk home." And then she calls her manager and tells her manager that she needs somebody to come pick her up. So those aren't the actions of a person that's trying to get in a physical altercation with somebody. The second thing is, I don't believe that Kelsey was that upset, really. And the reason I don't believe Kelsey was that upset is because Kelsey herself has said that Megan has done this to her before, meaning go behind her with men. So if she's done this to you several times before, you are not shocked for Tory to tell you that she did it this time enough to shoot Megan. Another thing.
Okay. Before you get your last point, let me bring a caller, because they had actually called me 3 times.
Okay.
And so I want to definitely give their opinion about this. Make sure y'all share this live and like the video. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show. All right. All right. All right. Let me call it one more time, because they called me like a couple of times. So I guess they had something to say in here. So all right, they didn't answer, but go ahead, finish your point.
Okay. Yeah. And so even at Kylie's house, Kelsey says on the stand that Tory was being Tory. And then the prosecutor asks her, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. Tory was flirting with Kylie at the party. So it's clear that Kelsey knows the type of dude Tory is. It's clear that Kelsey knows the type of woman that Megan is. I think that this is something Kelsey and Megan did with each other. Go behind each other's boyfriends. So I don't see that being enough to anger Kelsey where she would want to shoot her friend. That it just don't add up to me. So tell me your thoughts of that, because you seem to believe that Kelsey was so angry, and that made her want to shoot Megan, right?
I will tell you my experience. Okay. I live in the hood, okay, amongst so-called angry black women. They accused of being mostly angry. I have had girlfriends that are big that have whipped they boyfriends behind badly, beat them badly. You understand? So, and I have had big people, big angry black women try to go after me. You have to give them the dance. You have to make them dance. If you don't make them dance, they'll hurt you. And what I mean by make them dance with Tory, with whoever is accused of doing whatever they did to Megan, that's what you got to do. If you don't, they're going to come at you. And the bottom line is that I think that Megan was a threat to Tory and Kelsey in that car, and they wanted to calm her behind down. That's my belief.
But it doesn't really add up with Megan getting out of the car trying to leave.
Every day, sweetheart. You know, women kill each other over men every day. So
I get
for
that.
you to say that women are not going to fight over men, please, come on now. What we talking about?
No, I didn't say that women won't fight over men. That's not what I said. What I said was, it seems to me that from what has been said, that Megan was trying to remove herself from the situation. She didn't want to continue to argue with them. She tried to remove herself from the situation. She tried to take herself out of the car, and she did. And she started walking, and she called her manager. And I believe what was said was that she called her manager and she said she needed a ride. So that meant that Megan didn't want to continue to argue with Tory or Kelsey. She wanted to leave and get out of that situation. A person that does something like that are not the actions of a person that's trying to fight and attack Kelsey and Tory. That's what I'm saying.
I think that she wanted to leave the car after altercation, right? They said they was fighting. That's why she exited the car.
Is that what they said, Wiley?
Well, again, I don't know all the details about that, but I will tell you this because that was what testimony that way about them actually leaving the car. Because Kelsey denied shooting Meg after the possession of the gun, but says she did not witness Meg get shot. She did not see Meg's bleeding. She did not know who shot Meg or if Meg was shot. She admitted to hearing gunshots, and No Jumper said we are post the full exchange soon. So it's getting kind of weird because I want to reread this. Give me a second.
Yeah, reread that, Wiley, because what I think happened was, I think it was the second time that Megan got out the car.
Okay.
I think she got out the car and then they told her to get back in the car. She got back in the car. They started arguing again and she got out, and then that's when she got shot. I could be wrong, but it seemed like that's what I remember.
I'm going to see if, because what day, Meg, she testified yesterday, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me scroll down on No Jumper because they actually had the
What I really came on to tell you, Wally, with all the things that Kelsey says, anybody that knows the law, this case is over with. Friday, tomorrow, I think tomorrow the case will be finished. They're going to have to declare mistrial. It's too much.
Okay, so I want to share this. This was on day 2. We're going to revisit this again. Meg get called to the set at 11:20 a.m. They said, 1, Meg was asked if she knew Tory and what the nature of their relationship was. She stated she knew him briefly and that they had an intimate relationship, but it wasn't exclusive. 2, Meg stated that she met Kelsey her freshman year of college and they were really close. Meg denied her being jealous of Tory Lanez trying to talk to Kylie Jenner as the reason she wanted to leave. She stated her wig came loose, so she felt uncomfortable during the party. 4, Meg stated that she wanted to leave, but Tory driver wouldn't leave without Tory, so that's why she asked Tory to leave. Again, she's refuting the defense theory that she was drunk and throwing a jealous fit at Kylie's party. 5, Megan stated that Tory started the argument in the car after being upset about leaving. He started the argument by turning to Megan and asked her, why you snaking your friend like that? Blindsided her and exposing that they were seeing each other behind Kelsey's back. 6, Megan stated that she asked to be let out of the car, but Tory convinced her to get back in the car. However, when they began to drive again, the argument began to escalate to a point that she wasn't comfortable with, so she asked to let out of the car again.
So I'm right. Yes.
Right. Okay. 7. Megan stated that she got out of the car. She looked back and seen Tory with a gun in hand shooting at her over the car door. She could not tell prosecutor if he was standing or something while shooting her, or if his feet was touching the ground while shooting over the SUV door. 8. Megan contradicted the prosecutor's story. The prosecutor stated Kelsey was near Tory when the shooting happened. Megan stated that when she looked back, she did not see Kelsey. She only seen Tory shooting at her. 9. Megan contradicted the prosecutor's story for a second time. Prosecutor stated that after she got shot, she limped away and Kelsey came to check on her. Megan said when she got shot and limped away that both Tory and Kelsey began to approach her at the same time. 10. The prosecutor asked Megan why she lied to the police. Megan stated that she didn't feel safe and she felt like if she told them the truth, they would shoot Tory. She also stated, as a member of the Black community, we don't trust or cooperate with the police. 11. The court took recess. Court resumed with Megan taking a stand for a few more line of questioning from the prosecutors before the defense cross-examined her. So far, Megan's story and the story of the prosecutor told in their opening statements are matching completely. Let me actually go take this call because we got somebody that's calling in. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Wiley, that lawyer at Lawyers for Workers, he's in the courtroom, and I guess he's like coming out when there's a remission and like telling the story on his Instagram, like play by play.
Correct.
And he seems to be accurate on everything he's saying.
I didn't say he wasn't accurate.
No, I was just saying that's another source as well for us to
follow. Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. I did check a couple of his clips out. Absolutely, I did because he's actually in the court in the courtroom as well.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Wiley, before you start reading, I want to bring up something you said.
Okay.
Listen, you're gonna need to go back. I'm gonna show you how we know Kelsey is lying. When you were just reading this, when Megan got out the car the second time was when she supposedly allegedly got shot. Okay. She said that Kelsey was over the did you say the door? He was over the door. So was the door open or was he over the window, out the window over the door?
Well, right here it said Megan said that when she got in the car, she looked back and seen Tory with a gun in hand shooting at her over the car door.
Okay. If he's over the car door shooting at her and he's the only one outside over the door, how can Kelsey not know that Tory shot Megan when she's sitting on the inside of the car? There's nobody else out there. It was somebody in the car and he's clearly the only one on the over the door shooting her. Kelsey is the biggest liar. Nothing she said should be taken as fact because this woman knows what happened and she's lying about it. This man shot her.
Absolutely, I agree, but she's on the stand. She's definitely not credible. She's contradicting everything that she put out there. And, Meg was contradicting some things of the prosecutor as well. I just, the defense, this is not looking too good for the prosecutor. I'm not saying that, this is the end of it, right? But if it was today, it would have been like I think if they would have went in deliberation today, I think they would have came with a mistrial. But we still got more time. So let's see how this is going to go. Ms. Barbara,
when you say you plead in the fifth so you won't incriminate yourself. All along I believe she was trying to hide the fact that she was struggling with that gun. And that's why she couldn't really testify because she would have incriminated herself. The trial is over. It's a mistrial. Too many inconsistencies. You cannot convict someone without a reasonable doubt. So how can you not have a reasonable doubt with two women changing their story consistently. That's what I have to say. And because I say this, I'm being accused of being not for women. No, I'm not going to. How many men are in jail because of women? You know, when a woman wants to score on a man, well, I'm allowing this nigga, I'm gonna get him locked up. Oh, I'm allowing him, I'm gonna tell where his stash is. Oh, I bet you I'll fix his ass. You know,
language, but I want to make sure
sorry about the language.
It's not a mistrial yet. It's because the jury, they still have, there's still a current trial going on, so it's not a mistrial yet. But
okay, so I'm gonna put $100 on it. It's gonna be a mistrial.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because
well,
just
have a blessed night, Wiley, and thank you for letting me up.
All right, I haven't heard. I knew you was at a protest march. I don't know if you was frying chicken for Reverend Al Sharpton or not.
No. I was on another panel talking about you.
Oh wow, talking about me. I hope it was good things. So you didn't
No,
make.
it wasn't.
So you didn't make
Miss Barbara.
So you didn't make a sweet potato pie for Reverend Al Sharpton.
Wiley, let me tell you something. I love you, Wiley.
I love you too.
All right.
Thank you so very much.
Okay.
All right. Talking Faces.
Simply because somebody pleads the fifth, or they don't honor their plea agreement, that's not a mistrial. So it's only a mistrial if the jury can't come back with a decision.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So we're still going that. But to me, one thing, Megan has lied, Kelsey has lied, Tory has lied. One thing I want to say though, you said something about the judge instructed. I can't remember exactly what you
judge
said.
instructed not using a recording. Yes, I forgot which Twitter account that they can't use that. The jury can't.
Okay, but Wiley, what exactly did it say about the report? Was that to the jury or what?
That was to the jury. Yes, the judge.
Okay, so that means he gave an instruction. So, Wiley, okay, so this is key right here. This is key. Because if the judge gives an instruction like that, Wiley, that means something must have happened, because my sister also told me that if a lot of times if a person on the stand has an agreement and the agreement is rescinded or something like that, then the judge can say that disregard all that testimony.
Hold on, Talking Faces. We got a caller. Go ahead, call them. All right.
Wiley, I just like to say that when they looked at the where the bullets were located, there was no bullets outside of that vehicle the way they thought it should have been. Like the way that when they were checking to see where they had bullets around, there was bullets that flew all the way, I don't know how many feet, into somebody's backyard. And now, mind you, in order for the person who's speaking now, and we appreciate her being here and giving us much information and getting information from her sister, in order for us to say that Kelsey did not play a particular part or whatever, we would have to believe Megan's statement. We would have to believe that Megan was in her right mind, that Megan was sober, that Megan was able to remember what happened. I am very leery about Megan's statement, even when it comes to certain things that I can see why Kelsey might want to back off of hers. They both had been drinking. They all had. And I think when you've got alcohol, and that's what I say, I wasn't trying, plenty of people get intoxicated or have fun. I am not trying to be judgmental about that. But what I am saying, when you are intoxicated, it's hard to remember everything. I think the reason Megan didn't answer certain things is because she probably didn't remember. I think when she got intoxicated, that, sometimes that can heighten your anger. It probably heightened the anger of all of them. And they probably all did some stuff out of character because of them drinking during that time. So it would be kind of hard. I would have to see how everything plays out before I make a call on this. Before I really, Megan was harmed, and I pray we get justice for that. But it's hard for me to believe, based on just everything that the dynamics of this, the drinking, the upset, and we have to think about motive too. In this situation, now Tory has, in his case, he's getting the better of both ends in his little pathetic mind, and sleeping around with two friends, which I don't excuse that at all, but because it's totally messy. But he himself feels like he's getting the best of both worlds, and he wants a piece of Kylie Jenner along with that. So in his case, all he wants is for them to quit arguing so he can continue to have a good time with all of them. And so my thought is this. People be saying bad things about his music. Well, he's used to that, but he also, has made quite a bit of money. I'm trying to figure out what motive did he have to go ahead and ruin his career and shoot this woman 5 times now? But I do see a motive when it comes to this thing where we know, I don't believe Megan shot herself. No, I don't believe that. But I can see where Kelsey may have something may not have been right here with how she felt, being that now just because they might have did whatever in the past, maybe she was very forgiving to Megan. And maybe Megan promised her that wouldn't happen. Hey, girl, we're friends. I'm sorry. I slipped up. I was drinking, blah, blah, blah. She probably didn't think that would happen. If she hears it happens again, she could have been totally taken by surprise. I mean, something clearly has happened. And if I'm wrong about this, then why is Kelsey taking the attitude that she's taking right now? If she's so cool with Megan, Megan's her friend, if she's so fine with the fact they've been sleeping behind each other, something's not right here. And I said, so I see motive more so in terms of Kelsey here. And I can see them fighting over the gun. I can see maybe what's her name she wasn't thinking straight. Her and Tory get to fighting over the gun. And then when Megan turns around, the gun is in Tory's hand. I mentioned that before. So I just want to say that alcohol plays a very strong piece in this. So it's hard for me to just think totally that Megan is everything that she says, that she remembers it, and that, it's truthful. So that's all I want to say.
Wiley, don't let her off the phone. Wait, Wiley, keep her.
She won't be able to hear you.
Oh, she won't. Okay.
No. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Because I wanted to. She said she don't have a motive, and I wanted to tell her this. Okay. This is a motive for Tory. First of all, I think evidently when they went back to the house and Megan went in the house, we don't know what happened in the house. Okay. And clearly something did happen, because Megan comes out the house and tells Kelsey, Kylie want us to get out of there, right? That's what Kelsey said.
Well, yeah, because that's when she came back to the house. So we don't know the exchange. So I don't think Kelsey was in the house doing that exchange. I think she probably was still in the car.
Right, but she told Kelsey said Megan told her that Kylie put us out.
Yes, absolutely. So that means Kelsey wasn't there.
Right, she was in the vehicle. Okay, and Tory did leave. So the caller, she was like, she can't think of the motive. I think that Tory was upset that he had to leave Kylie's house because he was trying to get yet another notch on his belt. And Megan had went in the house and caused the scene and went acting crazy because she was drunk. They were all acting crazy, but she went in there and she maybe made the situation worse or whatever. So then Kylie tells them all to leave. So Tory has to get in the vehicle, and they're all in the vehicle. Tory is mad about that. Then when he's in the car with Megan and Kelsey is taking up for Megan. We know that because that was said as well. I think that Tory got mad, and that's why he spilled the beans on him and Megan sleeping with each other. We all know that Tory has a short fuse and he gets angry. So to me, that's enough for him to get angry. Look at August Alsina. August Alsina didn't want to dap him, shake his hand. And he got so mad, he wanted to fight him. So, I mean, if you feel like Kelsey is angry simply because of Megan sleeping with Tory, when neither one of these women are now with Tory, even back then, they weren't together.
Okay, we got, hey, somebody from my city, Dallas. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Wiley?
What's up?
I was calling because one of your moderators put me in timeout.
Okay. For what? What did you do?
You would have to ask them. I don't know.
I don't know because I'm worried about Tory. I thought you was Tory Lanez's publicist. Do you have any thoughts about this case?
Yeah, I was sharing them in the comments, and then I got put in timeout.
So what did you say? Can you say it on the air? What about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So in regards to the case, there's clearly a bias in these comments. Like, hold on.
You said it's a bias in the comments. Sir, are you there?
Yeah, there's clearly a bias in the comments.
Okay. What do you mean? Why you say it's a
regards-
bias in the comments? I'm trying to understand your point here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting a call. That's what.
You eating?
I said I was getting a phone call on the other.
Okay. Well, you live on a show in America, so we want to make sure that you be focused on here.
Yeah. I was getting a phone call. From
Oh, okay.
Member, so
all right.
Yeah.
So you said it was a bias in the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, in the chat. So in regards to the case, there's a lot of like details and nuances that are being left out, like Megan's history in regards to being credible. Like at the beginning, she initially told us that she stepped on glass, and even the doctor's report, it matched that as well. Like it said that they were superficial injuries, and the doctor treated her for those superficial injuries. And they were consistent with someone stepping on glass. And 60% of our bones are located in our hands and our feet. You're telling me she got shot in both feet, but it didn't hit any tendons or bones? Like, what's the probability of that happening?
Mm-hmm.
Like, people, and also there hasn't been any bullet fragments that were extracted from her foot that she claims were there. They miraculously got lost. Not to mention there were no x-rays. And Megan has gained nothing but success from all of this. Tory is the one that's taking a massive dive in his career. Like, we'll see how everything will transpire after the case, but as of right now, like, he's the one on the line here. So,
all right.
But
well, sir, thank you so very much and for calling in.
Yeah, but talk to your moderators because.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't really get into that because I'm booked and busy.
What's your next booking?
I have a lot of stuff to do, man. So I'm worried about Tory. I'm worried about justice for Megan Thee Stallion, and the moderators handle the chat. But thank you so very much for calling in.
No problem.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, because you just hold on. We got another caller. Hello, is this Tory Lanez?
No, of course not. You don't have a 586.
Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Well, I'm in Detroit. I'm in the subby.
Right.
I have a question. Why haven't nobody asked about the driver? Is he going to testify? I'm lost.
I'm lost about I don't know if he's on the witness list. If somebody can verify the witness list, because I know, don't the prosecutor have to give you the witness list to the defense so they know, so they can prepare for the case? So I don't know if the driver is on the witness list for the prosecutors. So I don't know. That's a good question because they was definitely in the car. So yes.
Yes, it's like he's been missing. Like, where did he go?
Like he didn't make a statement. He haven't done an interview, haven't done anything. The driver.
We don't even know his name. I'm really lost on it. I think that is the key witness to this case. It's like he disappeared even when the helicopter was above. Where was he at?
Yeah.
It's like he ran. Did he live over there or something? You know, it's really crazy. Dang, there was something else I was gonna say. I guess I can't think of it. Yes, your moderators like yesterday, I did call you, but I called from my other phone.
Okay.
And you called me back, and I know the last four, of course.
Okay.
But anyway, they do be blocking people because I not inbox you. I'm sorry. I put in the chat that I was like calling you or whatever, and they blocked me for that yesterday. And I can't remember her name. I think I have a screenshot, but I'll email you or whatever about that. But they do be blocking people or timing them out. I'm not gonna say block.
Okay.
They be timing them out.
I think. Did you use profanity or something?
Absolutely not.
Okay, you did not.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So that last caller was correct. But see, if somebody can call in,
and then sometimes it could be an accident because if a comment be held for review, sometimes you may click the wrong button. That goes on too because we get more and more people in the chat. But I do apologize. You able to call in, but you're not blocked or anything. So were you able to comment today? You didn't comment today?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Everything went well today.
Commenting.
Everything went well today.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wonderful.
And I love your show. Keep up the good work.
Well, thank you.
But please, if you can get somebody to ask about the driver, like where is he?
Okay.
He's not in nothing. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, because I just want to make sure because I want to make sure that I let you know like I'm the only person that can block people. The moderators can only time out. So I know I haven't blocked anybody, but that's usually a mistake.
You have not, and that's fine.
Yeah, because usually if a comment, they have to click on it. It have to be held for review. Sometimes it be like that. But I'm glad to hear your beautiful voice today.
Oh, thank you. I'm the one that called in. It's been months, and I'm gonna hurry up because I know you gotta. Remember, Milagro called in and she was being disrespectful, and I called her. What I call her, Felicia?
Oh wow, okay.
You remember that?
Yes, okay. I can't really recall because I've done 1,000 shows since then. But we thank you so very much for calling
Felicia.
in. All right,
that's okay.
Thank you so very much.
But if you can find out that information, what's up with the driver? If you can get some information on that, please post it.
All right, thank you so very much.
No problem. Have a good day.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, we're going to go one more call. Jims, you hold on. You backstage. I'm going to bring you on, so don't hang up. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. I hope all has been well. I'm here. I'm calling about, the situation, of course. But I just feel like Megan, ever since she has been shot, she has been attacked. And I feel like it's not fair. Like, I feel like a lot of people in the industry that's male are attacking Megan, and it's simply not fair. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what she did, she was shot. She was shot. And it's horrible. And I'm glad that you did state on air that it's justice for Megan. I'm definitely standing behind her in this situation. And thank you so very much for covering this situation.
Thank you so very much for calling in. All right. Thank you. No problem. All right. It's just really, really good. People are definitely calling in. I think we got Jims. We have her backstage. Jims, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, Wiley?
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. So, first of all, that caller, the two callers before now, he had to be high as hell. He was talking like he was on that good. He was so slow with that. And it's like, is your moderators on trial tonight, or is it Tory Lanez? Like, I feel like not guilty moderators. But I think that honestly, I used to feel like I could tell, like everybody else, that there was some lies told in the beginning. So I was kind of frowned up at Meg. Like, I understand that she was hurt, but I'm like, I didn't respect that she wasn't telling the whole story. Like, if you're going to come out, make sure you tell everything, and she left out a lot. But now I'm starting to see the angles from everybody's team. And I think that these people got together behind the scenes and they're botching this on purpose so that we'll never know what really happened. Everybody could try to move on with their lives. I think that, you know, the way Tory looks. I mean, he always looked bad, but now it's like, okay, now you speaking to Kelsey's team, but then the prosecutor speaking to her. I think that this is all orchestrated, this whole thing, and for it to go this way in the public so that we all feel dumb and never know what really happened in that car. I think that is the plan.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I hear your thoughts, and we're gonna see how this is gonna be played out. Again, for the people who are just coming in, Kelsey will have to have more questions from the prosecutors on tomorrow, and hopefully we can get an attorney to call in, give their thoughts, or a paralegal, somebody in the legal field.
Yeah, but I mean, just I think that it's so weird that if she's supposed to be testifying for the prosecution, why would she get up there and I mean, I understand why I guess I don't get why she told everybody that Tory is paid for her lawyer. And then it just makes it look like she did get paid. But I feel like she's kind of like F everybody, like both sides. And she's like, you know what? I don't care about neither one of these people. I just don't want to be in this no more. So I'm going to say whatever I could say so they can leave me alone. It just kind of seems like she's just trying to get out of it. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody's like, oh, well, she's a bad friend. Both of them were bad friends to each other. Tory was horrible to both of them. Everybody is wrong in this situation. Everybody has played some type of role that is horrible towards each other. And it just makes me sad that it's 3 young Black people that was trying to live their dreams and it's been destroyed over this one night, you know, that they're going to have to live with forever. Like, how many celebrities or people, public figures have like some kind of incident and they are forever tainted with that. They carrying it forever. And as a regular person, if this was you or I, we would have moved on by now. You know, 2 years,
Right.
we would have been like, whatever. But it's like they're going to have to deal with this forever. So, but I'm illegal right now. I'm not supposed to be holding my phone, Wiley. So I'm going to go.
All right. Go ahead, because you're driving. Go ahead. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Wow. Okay.
Wiley, I did hear something about the driver.
Okay.
I don't know how true this is, but I do recall them saying when it started getting time for the case to come up that the driver at one point did say that Tory did shoot Megan. He did say that. That's what I recall hearing. Also, there is a witness list. The defense does get the witness list. The court also gets the witness list to know who the witnesses that are going to be on the stand that day.
Okay. So again, do the public get a copy of that or no? Or that's private?
You know what? I think they do give that to the media. If you are a credentialed
let me see if
media,
I can.
Yeah, I do believe that you can get that if you're credentialed media.
Okay, this the Guardian. Tory Lanez making a sign to testify. We know that. Where's the witness list? Oh, this is all about Megan Thee Stallion. I don't see a witness list. So if anybody can pull that up, let me know.
I think it's something you would have to get from someone.
Because I know they haven't posted it. Because right now they said Megan Thee Stallion tip for testimony day 2. You know, they really covering it. Let me see. Let me Google Kelsey's name and see what's the media attention. Let me see the media attention for her. Megan Thee Stallion ex-assistant said Tory Lanez threatened her with a gun. Ex-assistant, ex-best friend said Tory Lanez threatened her. They said TMZ said Megan Thee Stallion ex-BFF Kelsey recant statements. They said Megan Thee Stallion expert. Okay, wow. Okay, so then they have to do the update. Okay, I don't see the witness list, you guys, so I don't have the witnesses because that's a good question. Is the driver going to testify?
Right, because I remember hearing something about the driver, and I do remember hearing, I don't know where I heard it from though, that the driver did say that Tory shot Megan. So
wow.
I don't know if it was a legitimate source. Because I can't remember. It was a little while ago when the case.
Yeah, because I just want to know about that. All right. Well, thank you so very much, Talking Faces, for coming on.
Welcome.
It was great. Also, I want
Bye-bye.
to just thank you so very much. Talk to y'all a little bit. I may do this in another video, but I'm being led to talk about it right now. We did hear about the passing of that, DJ from Ellen Show. I want to make sure I get the gentleman's name because I wasn't a big fan of the Ellen Show. Twitch Balls. Twitch is his name, DJ Twitch. Had committed the S word, I would say. And I want you all to take your mental health very seriously. I remember, myself, having thoughts and try to off myself a couple of times, and I had to get mental health treatment. So again, please get help, get treatment. If you're going through something, talk to a therapist. And Black men need to talk to Black men. And we need to do more of that. We need to do more of that. Black men need to talk to, get in their brotherhood. Check on your friends. Check on your brother. Check on your sister. Again, and if you need some medication to help you, get on the medicine, because not only did he leave himself, but he also left his family. He had children and he had a wife. So I don't know all the details, but again, I send my prayers to that family, send my prayers to him, and again, get help. Go see a therapist, get some spiritual counseling, but there's nothing wrong going to see a therapist. There's nothing wrong with that. But I appreciate y'all for the love and support. Again, we will be back live again. We're gonna just end it right now because we've been on for about 2 hours and 30 minutes. If any of the updates, we're gonna resume our lives on tomorrow. So we will continue to cover this trial and get the details as we know it. If you want to contribute to the platform, again, our cash app is $ Marquise Wiley 28. Again, this is what we do. We independent. We don't have big sponsors, anything like that. So if you want to contribute, whatever it is, you can contribute at $ Marquise Wiley 28. Also, if you send in a check on money order, you can make it out to Marquise Wiley to PO Box 701122, Dallas, Texas 75370. We will get, in my opinion, the Wiley Show shirts. We actually getting those made. So it will not be on Teespring. I'm actually going to have it made and I will ship it to you. So once I get it made and everything like that, I will put it on sale. And we will bring that out. I should have that. I work with a company right now sometime next week. So to have that made, and we will ship it to you. So if you want those special edition of the show, because eventually we will be getting away from Teespring, and I'm just going to get the shirts designed and then I'm going to ship them out. So we will have that. We're working on that now, and we will have that, and it will be good quality as well. Stuff like that. So again, if you want to support our show, do that, or you can send us anything to our way like that. Also, we do have a wish list that people want to contribute. Let me go to my Amazon, and I'm gonna add some more to the wish list, but somebody told me to make one. So again, I made a wish list, and I will drop the wish list in the comments. Okay. Give me a second. All right. And I will drop it in the comments there. Okay. Yes, we will do that. Okay. We do have the P.O. box. Let me put the P.O. box on the screen. All right. And I will pin it in there if you want to send some stuff. Thank you so very much. Give me a second. Where is the P.O. box? Okay. Let me put the P.O. box in here. P.O. box. And we do have hoodies on there. We do have hoodies on the I'm sorry, let me do this again. Hold on. I'm typing too fast. Okay. And if you all missed the live, can y'all please leave a comment? If you missed the live, leave a comment. Thank you so very much. All right, so I pinned the PO box. Okay. But don't care about. Okay. Appreciate the long lives. What about Chelsea? I need the shirt. We will get that. Hope Tory walk free. Megan, a liar. Wow. Please use good quality. We will be using good quality t-shirts. Wiley drink water. We have water here. He probably struggled after Ellen show ended. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. I'm gonna go eat me some and watch me a movie because I've been on my behind the whole the whole week. I'm gonna go eat me a little something, put me some in that air fryer because we had a busy day. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna go watch me a movie. Okay. There's a lot. This was a lot this week. I almost say in my humble opinion in a meeting today. I had to catch myself. See y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace.